Today we're going to be talking about anxiety, and I am going to be sharing with you a self-help technique that I learned that really brought my mind into focus on how difficult and how controlling living with my anxiety was. And hopefully by sharing this with you, it's something that will also be quite a pivotal point to you and make you recognise the impact that your anxiety is having on your day-to-day life. So today I'm going to be talking more about what I call silent anxiety, which is basically when anxiety becomes such a huge part of your day and it's so involved in your daily life that you forget that it's even there. You literally learn to just go on autopilot with it. So every single day, you're maybe avoiding doing things, or you're purposely doing things to try and ease these anxious thoughts or these anxious emotions or physical symptoms that you're suffering. And it goes on for so long and it becomes so much a part of your life that you even forget it's a problem. So you stop looking for a solution. You stop looking for an answer because you just accept it that that's your life now. And that's what you have to do every day just to get by. And this is what happened to me. I got to a point where, and I talked about this in some earlier videos, about how my anxiety was impacting in so many areas of my life. And a lot of it I didn't even realise was anxiety based, but actually it turned out that it was. And I got to a point where I just thought, I really just can't carry on like this anymore. Like, I need to just get some form of help, or I need to really start addressing these things that are going on because it's really, really interfering with my life now. And this exercise that I'm going to be sharing with you today is one that I did as part of my self-help, and I actually got it from a book that I'm reading, and I really must share the book with you in more detail because it really has been really helpful to me. So this is what we're going to do, and then I'm going to explain the point of why we're going to do it, and by all means give it a go, because I say it really was like a really pivotal point for me doing this. So what I want you to do is I want you to find something that physically fits in the palm of your hand. So the book recommended a small stone, but you could use anything. You could use a coin, you could use anything you've got lying around the house. As long as it fits in the palm of your hand and you can close your hand around it, that's what you need to find. And what we're going to do is for the rest of today, or if you're watching this tonight, do it tomorrow, because you need to do it for a full day if you can. And what I want you to do is I want you to put that object in the palm of your hand, and I want you to carry it with you for the entire day today. Don't pass it to anyone else. Don't put it down. You can change hands if you want to, if that makes things any easier. I mean, obviously, if you're driving and things, then, use common sense with this, because you obviously can't have it in your hands while you're physically driving. But you're going to take it with you. And then when you stop the car and you get out and you do your shopping or whatever you're doing, or you're going to the school gates to pick the kids up, you need to take that stone with you, okay? So you need to carry it with you for the entire day. Whether you're going exercising, whether you're going for a coffee with friends, whether you're dropping the kids off at school, whatever it is that you're doing, I want you to carry this object around with you. And I promise you, it will not take long for you to get really, really frustrated and annoyed, because this object is really, really going to get in the way. And it might stop you from being able to do things. It certainly will stop you being able to do things quite freely as you want to do them. You're going to have to put thought into everything, because you're going to think, I need to do that, but I've got this. What am I going to do with it? Where am I going to put it? How am I going to hold it? And you're literally going to juggle it. I promise you'll juggle it all day. Now, fair play if you can get to the end of the day with this, because I only managed till the mid-afternoon, I think. And it absolutely dawned on me the point that the book was trying to make. And the point is that the stone or the object in your hand is like a physical representation of your anxiety. And even though sometimes we forget that it's physical and we carry our anxiety with us all day, we don't see how it physically gets in the way of everything. We don't see how we have to juggle so many things and rethink so many things. And for a lot of anxiety sufferers, and myself included, a really normal, simple daily task for some people, I used to really have to put thought into it. I used to have to plan for things. I used to think days ahead sometimes for things that I knew were coming up, because I knew that I couldn't just take it that day as it came. I had to plan for it. And this is like the stone. You're going to have to plan around it. You're going to have to plan your day around juggling this object that's going to get in your way, that's going to stop you doing things, that's going to make you frustrated, it's going to make you angry. You know, you're really going to have had enough of it. And that is just after one day. So if you have been suffering with anxiety or anxiety-related issues and symptoms for a long time, think of the frustration and the upset and the impact that it's had on your life so far. But because it's not a physical object and we can't physically see it, even though we physically feel it, we just get used to it. We stop thinking of it as a thing and we start to just accept it, and we shouldn't. And one of the vital points for me was recognizing that anxiety was a thing. You know, I've talked in earlier videos about, you know, people think it creeps up on you, but like any other illness, there are warning signs there. But with anxiety, there can be such a variation, of symptoms that sometimes it's really hard to spot. So if you are thinking about things, if things are bothering you, if things are getting on top of you, if you feel that you are anxious or, you know, are suffering with any form of anxiety related issues, please give this task a go. Because I promise you, it really will physically show you how much your anxiety is getting in the way every day. And it really prompted me to do a lot more self-help, to do a lot more research, and to get more help for it. And I've come such a long way now. But on the days where I still feel that anxiety gets in the way, because it does, because it never goes. We learn to manage it. We learn to manage it much better. We get, you know, experts at it. But it is still there. And on those days when I feel it creeping in and I feel myself maybe going back to my old habits and my old routines, this technique always springs to mind. And I've physically gone, I have my stone. I've physically gone and found my stone and held it again to remind myself of the absolute nightmare that it was that day when I tried to carry it around with me the whole time. And it really is just one of those instant things. And because it's small, you know, you can carry it around with you. That's the thing. Like, and so if your anxiety flares up through the day, you know, it is something else and a technique that I found really works for me. So I just really wanted to share it and put it out there for anybody else in the hope that it can be of help to you too. If you try it, or if you have tried it before, please drop a comment and let me know how you got on and what you think about it. And on that note, I am going to sign off and just say to everybody, have a super duper day.